Hello everyone, this is Defense Politics Asia, and this is the Frontline Changes Report for the day of 864 for the 6th of July, and situation report about my health. I'm still not fully recovered, and also yesterday's situation report viewership is very low because we caught in between military summary and whip union, I think. So yeah, so YouTube don't push the video. So yeah, please go and watch it. I talk about stuff and then make jokes and so few people watch. So sad. Anyway, I will be covering the same frontline changes report I yesterday talked about in the situation report because too few people watched it. So I have to recover this in case you guys missed it and you only care about frontline changes. So anyway, so it's already merged into all the frontline changes I got to talk about. So you wouldn't know which is which because you guys just listen and don't think. No, just joking. So anyway, we have Khalifa, Novo Vodan, Pishan, Makfa, Sper, Kinina, Pivneshne, Novo Alexandria, Luzovatske, Yka and Yas, Khalifa. So that's all the frontline changes for today. A lot. Okay, bye bye. No, just joking. I just going to continue. So we, other than the one at Khalifa, everything else is red. So we go into the Kharkiv front. So at Khalifa, as mentioned in the situation reports, the Ukrainian forces is geolocated in two different locations within Khalifa, and this means that the Ukrainian forces have actually expanded control of in the settlement. And but the thing is, with this progress, I also put into question because of the location. Is there even Russian forces within the settlement itself? Because it looks a little weird. Because the Ukrainian forces under this kind of situation could have just attacked into this area rather than pushing northward. Because there's a water body here, crossing up the water body to go northward seems a bit counterintuitive when you should have captured everything below, unless everything below is already captured by the Ukrainian forces. So this is just something to note. There's a possibility that Khalifa is already almost fully captured by the Ukrainian forces. But anyway, we'll continue to monitor. This is the best that we have right now. And so we move into the next frontline change is over at Novo Alexandria. So Novo Alexandria is over at the Svetove front. This is Svetove, and so you can see this is Oski River and then Serebensky Forest, Seversky Donetsk River, and so I lost it. Okay, yeah. So the frontline change is over here. So this is actually a disclaim. So previously the Russians have claimed the entire forest here, and then the Ukrainians actually marked their map in this way. However, based on the latest mapping by the Ukrainian side, they have acknowledged that the Russians have taken this entire forest sector. So the Russian forces have actually confirmed to have controlled this entire forest. The southern part, however, is still under Ukrainian control. So no, that is what it is for now. So the after this, the next frontline change is over at Pishan or Makfa first. Pishan is where? Oh, we missed Pishan, so we go Pishan first. So at Pishan, this is also one of those that was covered in the SIP rep. Russian forces geolocated along the tree line, confirming that they are pointing towards Pishan. So with this pok here, so the Ukrainian forces, of course, still have Pishan, and it means that they are getting really, really close. The distance is merely less than a kilometer, or around a kilometer, where the Russians currently is geolocated. So I think the Battle of Pishan might be coming soon, especially from the Russians can actually attack from another angle from the north, and now they can attack from the south, which is what the Russians prefer, to attack in multiple directions against one settlement. So this is what it is. So the front next one is over at Makfa. So at Makfa, the Ukrainian mapping, Deep State UA has disclaimed this entire tree line getting closer to where the Russians have mapped that the Russian forces have taken the entire tree line on the eastern part of Makfa. So this brings from this tree line all the way to the settlement itself is less than a kilometer, around 800 meters. So Russian forces is probably going to have another strong place to attack through, and then they will have a third front within Makfa itself. So however, since the last update with the Russians taking these two area here, We don't have any updates regarding the fighting within Kiev itself. So we just have to wait. No, I think there's some kind of a radio silence regarding the operation over there, or the Russians have already been wiped out. That could also be possible. So the next frontline change, we move into Sperne over at the Sivers front. So Sivers, Sperne. So at Sperne, Russian forces raised the flag in the middle of Sperne, confirming that they have taken most of Sperne at least. Based on the Russian narrative is that the fact that they dare to raise the flag in the middle of Sperne means that they have already captured the entire Sperne. However, this is not how DPA operates. So because everyone start to raise flag everywhere. They do raise flags before they even capture the place. So, and I mentioned the geographical limitations around Sperne. So I'm not going to just declare Sperne as captured, despite it was already declared by the Russian side that they have captured Sperne. So yeah, it is what it is. We move on over at the Bakhmut front at Kinina. In the southern part of Kinina, Ukrainian mapping have confirmed that the Russians have taken the entire forest over in this area, changing the front line to something like this. So which I did mention, this is not possible for the Ukrainians to hold. Withdrawal from this area just make perfect sense. Ukrainians may still have a lot of the Kinina, so I think withdrawing to Kinina to help in the defense in the next forest patch makes perfect sense. So this is Kinina. And then after Kinina, we have the next frontline change. We move into the New York front. So at the New York front, the battle of the Torres offensive is still ongoing. Of course, we have the New York offensive in the south. In the latest mapping suggests that the Russian forces has expanded control. Ukrainian mapping have confirmed that the Russians have this building, at least one of this building here. And then they have expanded into the other neighborhood on this other side. I'm not exactly sure. Maybe I can check another map, the OpenStreetMap, to see which part of this settlement is from. Maybe I'll do it next time. But they have entered into the next neighborhood. So, and this next neighborhood may actually be easier to fight because it's high-rise building. So the Russians may start to attack into other regions. So we do not know how the Russians plan to operate. So we will just continue to see how this go. But this actually might be part of Zalizny. So Zalizny is here. So I got a feeling that this entire triangle, or this area here, this is part of Zalizny. So yeah, it looks like a cheese. So so they take one bite of the cheese right now. So but this is where the frontline changes is. So the next frontline change after Zalizny is over at Novoselivka. So basically is at the New York front, but in the southern part, based on Ukrainian mapping, I noticed that they have mapped that at least the Russians have taken another tree line around here. So expanding their foundations of this entire massive column moving to the center of New York. So this is the frontline change over in this area. There is no updates regarding the New Rivka and on the main forward positions towards New York, but it's definitely looking like the Russians are sending a message. This is basically the Mordor tower, right? With the eye in the center, so evil, totally, orcish, very Mordorish. No wonder, Putin is like, Sauron. Anyway, we move into the next frontline change is over at Novo Alexandria. So over at the northern part of Adiyevka, Russian forces has expanded control, at least based on the Ukrainians. This is actually just a Ukrainian disclaim, with the Russians taking entire tree lines around here. However, based on Russian mapping, the advance is a bit further away. It's even further, one more tree line away, based on the Russians mapping. But at least the Ukrainian mapping is moving towards Luzovatsky at this moment. Is still accurate in terms of the direction, but the Russian claims is a bit more advanced. And then after this Luzovatsky, we go into Yekhanivka. So at Yekhanivka, so just south of this position, also at the Avdiivka front, west of Sokil, which is over here, this Sokil. At Yekhanivka, the Russian forces have expanded their control massively around Yekhanivka. And the tree line on the north of Yekhanivka has been captured. The Russian forces are also closing in to the fortification on the western part of Yekhanivka. And with this frontline change, the Russian forces have actually taken half of Yekhanivka already. So the other half is going to be much more difficult for the Russians, because this is a major fortification and it's still backed up by even bigger one, even west of the western outskirts of Yekhanivka. So it's going to be a challenging fight for the Russians from now on. And of course, this part could also be part of Yekhanivka. Then of course, then I will be wrong that this is actually not part of that means the Russians did not capture half of Yekhanivka. Who knows, man? Maybe these people don't have a name for their settlement. But whatever it is, yeah, that's the frontline change at Yekhanivka. Further south at Yasnobrodivka, there is also frontline change around here. So Russian forces has also expanded their control, capturing one more tree line around here on the eastern part of Yasnobrodivka, and they're closing in from the north as well. So this on top of the southeastern part of where the Russians have firm control, the Russians are closing in very, very closely. So the Battle of Yasnobrodivka still have not started yet. I think the Russians are positioning themselves for a much more better tactical posture before they storm into this area where the Ukrainians are holding their positions right here. So this also invalidates previous rumors that the Russian forces has been captured yet by Russian forces. No, Yasnobrodivka has been captured by the Russian forces. This rumor has not been corroborated right now. So the withdrawal is definitely not true, but because it's been days. What is this? 30th of June. No, so we have been a week. So this have not happened. So which is why intelligence, this is how it works. Information is just signals, and we take the signal in. We do not take that as a reality. No, it's not. Nothing is the truth. No, like I say, no, I am handsome, but no doesn't mean that this is just a claim. No, it's not. It's not reality. No, there's signals. No, it's a signal that at least someone thinks that Wyatt is handsome, and although that person is Wyatt, that doesn't mean that is the reality. So it is. Yeah, that is it is what it is. And the next frontline change is at Khalifa, and these are the last frontline changes. The Khalifa. So Russian forces have expanded control around Khalifa. There is some expansion of the front line around the tree line. They are still trying to push towards the isthmus, which is not successful. And over in the southern part, the Russian forces geolocated here confirm at least they are here. But based on Russian mapping, they have expanded their control in this entire area, increasing the foothold. Sorry, I paused the video to cough. And expanding the control around Khalifa and to attack towards Khalifa. However, tactically speaking, they have only one direction to attack in. So this is actually considered like frontal attack. It's not going to be very successful. The Russians also claim that this is an unfortunate situation that they are facing right now. So I think Khalifa is going to hold for some time because the Russians are not going to be having easy unless they have tremendous air and artillery support to wipe out the fortifications and the defensive positions to allow an easy march in. Otherwise, this is the situation, the frontline change over at Khalifa. So that's it. These are the frontline changes report. So do press the like button, subscribe. Have a great Sunday. And the TPA open mic will be today, later, around 14 hours as per this recording. So anyway, thank you for watching. Do press the like button, subscribe. Check out the sit rep. It's over here. I put the link here to check out the situation report from yesterday. I talk about more stuff. So it will be interesting. Of course, you can skip the frontline changes in the beginning of the sit rep because I already covered here. I'll see you guys in the next update.